Well, meantime, also under the microscope, Facebook's also facing criticism over its filtering of news sources that some activists are calling now a form of censorship. One organisation, which is called US Conservative Leaders, claims the suppression of right-wing news on social media has reached crisis point now. They say outlets from both sides of the political spectrum should be respected and given equal weighting online. But with recent gains in major elections across the globe, we asked New Yorkers what they exactly know about the term right wing.
Sunday's elections in Austria were the latest example of a shift to the right in Europe's politics.
This shows that the far right wing has won. It's prevailed.
Polls in Germany predict that a far-right party will enter parliament.
The term right wing is being used pretty liberally these days. We decided to ask Americans, what does far right or right wing actually mean? Let's see what kind of answers we get. What does far right mean?
You're all the way.
Would that be like a Nazi?
Extremely capitalist views.
It's probably a more militant version of right wing, maybe a little more anarchistic view on the world, but just probably a more extreme viewpoint of far right.
Far right means very far right.
And what does that mean?
On the right side, very far.
Okay. Donald Trump is far right?
I think he's trying to come to the center because he has to administer, right? He was more far right before he became the president.
I think he's all over the place, to tell you the truth. I don't know that he has an ideology other than Donald Trump.
No, not necessarily.
I think he's right of center, definitely, yes. But I mean, the fact is he's a former Democrat. He's not that far right.
Any world leaders that you would consider to be far right?
All fundamentalist leaders are far right.
Putin?
You think he's right wing?
Yeah.
Maybe Putin, but like, I don't know. You want? I'm not sure.
Narendra Modi, he's considered far right.
Viktor Orban, maybe. Prime Minister of Austria, perhaps. But yeah, I don't know. There might be a few others.
It seems that in politics, words can be rather hard to define. Caleb Maupin, RT, New York.
Former US diplomat Jim Jatras believes there's a multifaceted effort by social media platforms to sideline views that don't fit with the company's political agenda.
I think there's a real concern that conservative voices are being discriminated against in social media, not only Facebook, but Twitter, which I use quite a bit, and Google. And the idea would be to marginalize or stigmatize conservative voices as somehow being beyond the limits of legitimate discussion. And we also have practices what they call shadow banning, where there's ways to downgrade content if it's politically not correct, so that it has fewer viewers. They try to demonetize conservative voices so that they can't actually support their platforms in the way that voices on the left are able to do it, which evidently is more acceptable in the circles in which the managers of these platforms operate.